Growing up, I wasn't your average child. I didn't even like dressing up, and I hated Halloween. But as a teenager, I was cast in a leading role as Edna Turnblad in Hairspray the Musical, and it changed everything for me. I've always loved anime and manga. Art is another interest of mine. I spend hours drawing, and a lot of my work would be anime and manga.
So I got into cosplay through conventions. I went into my first convention when I was about 17. And when I was there, I got to see all sorts of crazy outfits. And I thought to myself, wow, that's really interesting. I'd like to take part in that. Like, these people can dress up as their favorite characters and no one was going to be like, haha, you're dressed up as your favorite character, what a nerd. That's badass. I'd like to try that. Growing up, I struggled to fit in with other kids my age, because I would have been on the autistic spectrum, and I think through cosplay it's helped me meet a lot of people, it's helped me bond with a lot of people, and I've been able to meet this community who are very open, very accepting, and who are interested, who are just as passionate about doing cosplay as I am.
Because I love cosplay and the community means so much to me, I wonder, does it mean the same to others? Do they have the same experience? So I went to speak with some other cosplayers to find out. First, let's meet Jeanette, a cosplayer from West Dublin.
I loved it. I was kind of addicted. It was something I could have not grown out of. So even when it wasn't Halloween or there was an occasion to dress up, I still wanted to dress up in my Batgirl costume, my Pirates of the Caribbean costumes, etc. I really love cosplay, so I get a lot of it. I made a whole lot of friends. And I get to kind of be loud and outgoing, you could say, because I'm quite a reserved person until you get to know me. But I feel like in cosplay I can actually come out of that shell a bit and make friends. So cosplay is a bit expensive, and with my disability of autism I get hyper fixated on stuff. So a good amount of my spending money that could be used for my other hobbies like art and sewing. Cosplay is great because it's kind of involved with those hobbies, but it also is bad for space-wise, because my nanny's like, not another costume, where your normal clothes gonna go? But now that I have my own space, it's quite more relaxed. And my granddad loves it. Like, he loves to take photos of me in my costumes and wear my wigs, like when I have them on.
Next, I met Andrew at his house in South County, Dublin.
Well, I started training martial arts when I was 10 years old. I've started doing taekwondo, and my black belt and all of that, and I'm currently a second degree black belt. I also started doing other types of fighting styles such as boxing and jiu-jitsu. I got into cosplay through mostly the internet and somewhat Comic Cons as well, and I often see people in these like really fancy costumes and all of that, mostly the ones in the armor as well, because that kind of interested me the most.
Now let's go off to North County, Dublin to meet up with Luke, an avid cosplayer and wig stylist.
I think my best experience is just making friends, honestly. Finding people like that have those same interests, being able to wear these costumes and just like be themselves, and yet at the same time they can escape like reality. For Halloween, yes, I really loved dressing up for Halloween. I think one of my favorite Halloween costumes, and it was really simple, it was just a bed sheet over my head with two eyes cut into it so I could see out of it, and I said, "Boo, I'm a ghost." See, I think that just sort of like cemented the idea that I like costumes and that costumes are not just for Halloween. The character that I'll be cosplaying today is D-Luke from Genshin Impact. So at the moment I'm currently styling a wig for him, just to show off my skills as a wig stylist, as I'm very much known for that in the cosplay community. And hopefully I'll be able to get to show you guys the finished product.
I get a lot more confidence when I'm wearing cosplay because in many ways I'm not dressed as myself. I'm not Fionn. I'm someone else, and that's, I think, the best part of cosplay, is that you can actually be whoever you want to be, regardless of age, race, gender, weight, any sort of reason. And I think that's what makes it very appealing to me, is that there's not really a sort of gated aspect to it. Well, there shouldn't be anyways. And I have a lot of enjoyment in dressing up as these characters. I've actually developed more personal self-confidence.
For my friends that do cosplay, they love it. They absolutely love it. They take cosplay just as seriously as I do. We all have a dream of becoming professional cosplayers. For my friends that don't do cosplay, they find it interesting. They love the fact that I can turn myself from Luke to say D-Luke or Rio or Absol. Like, it's just something different for them every time they see me in cosplay.
Favorite character currently to cosplay as is Deathstroke the Terminator. He knows martial arts and he just looks like a total badass. And I remember when I cosplayed him in conventions and people were like, wow, this guy is Deathstroke. Best experience is cosplaying in these cosplaying competitions, so because I get to show off my outfits and all of that, and even some of my martial arts skills.
The community, well, from what I experienced in the community, it's a lot of fun, especially the Irish cosplay community, because it's like what we were talking about earlier on. It's such a small community. You kind of know someone who knows someone. It's really nice because if you all kind of know each other, and I've never had really negative experience in person in the cosplay community in Ireland, so my only form of active social life is definitely conventions, where I get to run around with friends, spend a lot of money on merch I don't necessarily need, but I need. The Anna one that I'm wearing today is bought, but I do have a few that I have made. Like, I've made an Ariel costume. I feel very self-conscious about posting them though, because I don't feel like they're the best. But I do make costumes, I do dress in them, but I also want to do photo shoots in them. I just have to find a photographer. If I make a costume, it's great to see what I've made and the pride of wearing it. And some costumes, it's like showing my love for the character. So when I wear the character's costume, I get really excited because I'm showing my love and appreciation for the character or for the show. And I have friends that might do it with me, commoner. So like things like that really get me excited, like the little details. And like even like in Anna, I got like her crown, and like I love her crown to bits. So like I just like sometimes take out a costume prop, like Lucy's keys, for example. I have them in my bag. I just take them out. Like I might even be in her costume, but I just take them out and look at them, and it's just like, yeah, it's so good. It just makes you happy, you know. It's the serotonin.
And then here she is, the one herself, Katerina Clays. This isn't the wig I normally wear, but it's the wig I'm going to be wearing for today at the event. And Katerina Clays is probably my favorite character to cosplay. I like her design. I like her color scheme. I think she's a very interesting character because there's almost two sort of sides to her. There's this sort of mean, cruel, villainous kind of character to her that's based off her from the game she's from. And then there's this sort of sweet, clueless, kind of lovable one that we as the audience get to meet.
It's finally here, the weekend of Dublin Comic Con. Conventions are the heart and soul of the cosplay community. I've been waiting for this weekend for the past 2 years. It's great to be back, but I wonder, how do others feel?
It's kind of nostalgic in a way. I haven't been in here in so long that, yeah, it's good to be back. It's really good to be back. I missed it a lot. It means a lot to me, to be honest. It feels like an escape when my daily life gets too hard.
This is actually my first convention, but I have to say I'm really liking it and like the sense of community.
Hello everyone, and I'm here with both Andrew and Luke, the floofy boy and the Thai ninja. This is a weird crossover episode, but it's a crossover episode nonetheless. How are you both enjoying the con today, actually?
Oh, it's great. Honestly, 2 years of not going to a con, just dipping my feet into the water again. Yeah.
I have to admit, not going to a con for 2 years does kind of suck, and not being able to see people and show off your magnificent cosplay.
What's everyone today? I'm Katarina Clays.
I'm Deathstroke.
Junko Enoshima.
What has it been like your morning so far? Getting here?
I was pretty excited, you know, coming here. Like, I was here yesterday, and I got lots of pictures taken, and I got to meet like Ron Perlman, who played Hellboy in the film Hellboy.
Hectic. Really hectic. As one that sort of works with a lot of makeup and wigs. Yeah, hectic.
As a member of this community, I've always found the people incredibly warm, open, and accepting. Doing this documentary, I've learned a lot more about the people behind the costumes. Cosplayers are diverse characters who get involved for all sorts of reasons. Escapism, respect, love of the character, joy, learning new skills, creating, or simply making friends. Dublin Comic Con is drawing to a close, but there is hope. The next convention is just around the corner.